Well, what do you know? I'm back at it again with, you probably guessed it, another exceedingly well-orchestrated wave of new Mario Kart 8 tracks that were released an entire 3 months ago. Kinda like me stalling just to make a new video. But anyways, this wave right here might just be the best wave of tracks that we've seen so far. I mean, hell, the music for the brand new Yoshi's Island track is honestly just S tier at this point. So in this short tier list video, I'll be ranking all 8 released Wave 4 Mario Kart tracks, and hopefully, I'm not too late. Also, the fact that they added the very first Double Dash track into the Booster Course Pass was just mind-blowing. I mean, that game has a ton of amazing maps that we're hoping will be added soon enough. But as per usual, be sure to stay tuned in until the end of the video because I got a load of new video ideas coming out soon that I promise will be made sooner. Also, if you haven't seen my last upload, honestly go check it out because it turned out to be absolutely insane. But anyways, coming in at the lowest spot on the list will be the Mario Kart Tour map known as Bangkok Rush. With a few of its extremely tight turns and its challenging track layout, this map wasn't necessarily the worst track in the Booster Course Pass. However, many players have ranked this track somewhat low for this wave, and it's mainly due to its difficulty. Now I should have placed this track a bit higher, but seeing how there's a Game Boy and a DS track in here, I felt the spot was well deserved. By a majority of the community, the track has also been deemed as the weakest tour track in the entire wave. However, we have seen the most of what Mario Kart Tour has to offer so far, but the other tour tracks in the wave are just so much better. And here we have an absolute favorite of mine coming in at number 7, being Riverside Park from the Game Boy Advance. Alright, I'm just gonna say it, the music and visuals for this track definitely got an insanely noticeable upgrade from the original Super Circuit version back in 2001. Now here's where the track placement gets a little tricky. Is it a short track? Yeah. But I feel that many players see the track's catchy theme and its noticeable graphical upgrades as a replacement for the track's annoyingly short map layout, all of which deserve to be somewhere near this spot on the list. Nonetheless, Nintendo did an amazing attempt to shine some light on this forgotten track, but sadly it ranks so low on the list due to its length. The next track on the list will be Mario Circuit from Mario Kart DS, taking its spot at number 6. First off, I, along with a load of other people, loved this game, and words can't even express how enjoyable the Mario Kart DS multiplayer minigames were. As for Mario Circuit, this was essentially the basic track for that game. However, it appears that Nintendo has added a small yet satisfying forest area along with a massive wiggler that seems to roam the area, and a ton of noticeable design changes. In my opinion, it's a fairly nice track that was added, but other than that, I'd say the map still feels the same as it did back then, so I'd give this map a solid 7 out of 10. At number 5, we have Amsterdam Drift from Mario Kart Tour. This track's honestly somewhat enjoyable, similar to something like Sydney Sprint from Wave 2. Now hear me out, in my opinion, there are far better tour tracks that I feel many of us would rather play. But it's not the worst tour map to be added so far, so I guess it's a good thing. And it was actually tough for me to tell whether Mario Circuit was better than this track or not. But the track has visually changed from the mobile version. In fact, some things were even kept the same or were even removed entirely. But yeah, not a bad track by any means, but we've seen better. A 7 out of 10 in my book. Alright, so hear me out. I honestly couldn't place Singapore Speedway at number 4, but seeing how there's one of the top Wii tracks, the first Double Dash track, and a brand new Mario Kart track just makes it so difficult to place this track at this spot. Here's a bit of a base take in my opinion. Singapore Speedway is probably the greatest tour track that the community has seen so far, and that says a lot. This track just has a more comfy layout and design to it, like the map's lighting, its enjoyable track layout, or its perfectly suited music. And in all honesty, this city map deserves a solid 8 out of 10 for being such a great tour track. Here we have an absolute classic of Mario Kart Wii that holds its spot at 3rd place. To this day, the map is still very enjoyable. With its astonishing details and nostalgic map design, this is an excellent Mario Kart track. And seeing how it's partially a unique combination of both DK Mountain from Double Dash and DK Pass from Mario Kart DS just makes this map a phenomenal track for both games. So in all honesty, you really can't go wrong with having this map in your top 3 tracks for this wave. And if you were never really a Wii kid growing up such as myself, give this map a try because in my books, this track might as well be a whopping 9 out of 10. Now in 2nd place on the list we have Waluigi Stadium being the very first Mario Kart Double Dash track for the beloved GameCube. Now I know, some of you Mario Kart Wii fans might be wondering why the hell this track is ahead of DK Summit. So, hear me out. This track was already enjoyable enough back then, but now it's like a brand new high-definition map that, depending on where you stand, looks astonishingly redesigned, or looks like some disgusting 3D Monty Mole map that someone made in Microsoft Paint. However, as per usual, Nintendo did a phenomenal attempt in recreating another nostalgic Mario Kart classic. Overall, the map was visually upgraded in every possible way, not to mention the track's catchy music, but whether it be this or the original, the track honestly deserves a 9 out of 10. Well, 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 we're finally at the top of the list, which you probably saw this track coming, Yoshi's Island for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That's right, a brand new Mario Kart track that has easily become a Mario Kart masterpiece. The music, the track layout, its appealing visuals, I mean, the map is just outstanding in every possible aspect. Nintendo already added DK Summit and Waluigi Stadium, but the fact that the creators went above and beyond for creating this track was insanely appreciated, to say the least. And if you're one for nostalgia or just a huge old Super Mario enjoyer, you would definitely appreciate this track for numerous reasons. The map itself is quite creative, obviously hinting at the actual 1995 Yoshi's Island game for the SNES. Honestly, it was just a mind-blowing track that the game definitely needed, and I, along with the majority of the community, saw this track as the best track in this wave. With that said, this map absolutely deserves to be a 10 out of 10 S-tier track. Ever since the first wave of tracks have been released, we've all seen a handful of amazing maps / remakes that were presented to us. Coconut Mall, Waluigi Pinball, Peach Gardens, and hell, even Mushroom Gorge. But besides each wave of tracks, this wave was yet another fantastic addition to the game, but sadly this wave was one of the last few Mario Kart wave releases for the game. And I feel like for the final wave, Nintendo truly needs to add a cherished track like Daisy Cruiser, or even another classic from Double Dash, Mushroom City. But the company should seriously end the Booster Course Pass with a bang towards the end of the year. Like always, it's been so enjoyable making this video and ranking all of the Wave 4 tracks. And remember, if you do enjoy this content by any means at all, please sub to the channel to be tuned in for my next video, which might end up being on the iconic Chrono Trigger for the SNES, or a bit of a long James Bond series video, which will be two amazing projects I'll be working on. But as per usual, I seriously hope you enjoyed this Mario Kart tier list video, and yeah, that's about it for this one. Until next time. Peace!